Oh, you talking about that Starscream again, son? That reminds me, can you go to the chemist to pick up my arse cream?
So, Starscream is a snivelling wee rat of a fella, huh? But despite his treacherous and deceitful nature, his joyous and overtly camp flamboyance can't help but make you root for him. I just love that as soon as he was in charge, he couldn't help but don that fabulous crown, shoulder pad, and cape combo. What a fashionista! I would love to see Starscream let loose in the workroom on Drag Race. He probably would be the most entertaining queen ever. Just think about him on Untucked. He'd also definitely try to kill Michelle Visage to become Rue's second in command. Then he'd
Ooh,
probably try and
girl.
bump off Rue as well. Starscream has been a mainstay throughout the history of the Transformers franchise. He's just as important as Optimus and Megatron. No continuity would be complete without him simultaneously snivelling up to and constantly trying to overthrow Megatron. Even in the new Skybound comic series, he's been an absolute treat, squishing puny humans like wee fleshy sacks of blood, whilst laughing maniacally and living his best life. Without a doubt, Starscream is my favourite Decepticon, and in my opinion, one of the best fictional characters of all time. So, to celebrate this fabulous, murderous psychopath, let's have a look at two toys that represent Starscream's many years hunting stupid Autobots on Cybertron. We have the newly released Gamer Edition from the War for Cybertron game, and Studio Series 72 from the Bumblebee movie. Will either of these Cybertronian jets be able to live up to the best of all time siege mode? Let's find out. Let's start off with the new Gamer Edition. When the first images of this fella were leaked, most folk were not impressed, mainly because of this overly large orange cockpit canopy that kind of looked like the segmented body of a filthy, wriggly maggot. After having the figure in hand, though, I'm actually super impressed. This Starscream is right up there with Gamer Optimus and is easily the second best toy from this seemingly cursed line. I hate you, Gamer Bumblebee, with the same passion that Alex Jones hates gay frogs. Unlike Bumblebee, Starscream's robot mode is super solid and loaded with top tier articulation. This naughty sausage can really strike a pose. Starscream's head sculpt is straight out of the War for Cybertron game and looks suitably snivelly and conniving. I love that his helmet has been done in this dark blue. It really brings out the piercing red of his eyes. His head is also framed wonderfully by these fancy shoulder epaulets that can be angled just as you wish for maximum stylishness. Just mind that these aren't attached out of the box and are in his wee accessory pouch, so make sure you don't throw them away, you simple plum. The aforementioned orange cockpit really isn't as bad as it looked in the leaked images. It doesn't look that huge when he's at any other angle than straight on. Weirdly, the canopy is made from squishy, flexible plastic like a wine gum. I suppose this won't shatter into a million sharp shards like the usual brittle clear plastic, so that's nice. I do worry about how well this paint will stay on here. However, there are thousands of better things to worry about, like the increasing possibility of a full-scale nuclear war with Russia, a new super virus that makes every bodily orifice bleed uncontrollably, or being attacked in the night by a moth. I fucking hate moths. Starscream's legs are magnificent stompy things. They're thick and chunky, with these big hippo-esque feet at the bottom. You can get some truly excellent articulation here for sniper poses and deep squats, or you could finally make good use of the chair that came with Studio Series 86 Starscream. Best of all is that there's 5mm ports on the bottom of his feet, so just add your preferred blast effects to make it look like our pompous would-be Decepticon leader is flying. The only thing a bit off in robot mode is Starscream's arms. It kinda looks like his forearms got stuck in a hydraulic press. These are flatter than Judge Doom at the end of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. What they lack in girth, they do make up for in width, like a curly whirly. Plus, these two elbow joints allow for a wide range of movement. Gamer Starscream still has the arm dismemberment gimmick of the previous figures, but this time Hasbro have actually included a peg to allow Starscream to hold his gun like an actual sane person would. So no need to rip off his arm and jam the gun into his exposed stump, thankfully. Starscream also comes with this massive mace, which is a bit pish. Like Gamer Megatron, Starscream can only hold this at the very tippy tip, meaning it looks heavy awkward. How hard is it just to make a bloody stick, Hasbro? I would very much like to be able to slide the shaft between Starscream's willing open hands. That didn't sound right, did it? Transformation on Gamer Starscream is as easy as your mum. Just fold in the legs, sort out the backpack, straighten out his cockpit, and fold his arms into it. You're then left with this long and chunky cybertronian jet alt mode. I like it. The more you look at it though, the more wee niggly things pop out. Why is this all gappy behind the cockpit? Why are his hands just hanging out under here? Why are the wings smaller and more ineffectual than the ones on Legacy G-Axis's ankles? It's because this is what Starscream's alt mode looked like in the game, apart from the hand thing. But if you can let Gamer Optimus away with having fists coming out of his truck arse, then this isn't that bad in comparison. Overall, Gamer Starscream is pretty awesome actually. Maybe this Gamer subline can be saved after all. Ooh, that's a bit rough. Oh well, in the bin with all of them. Let's move on to another version of Starscream. Here we have Studio Series 72, and he's one seriously creepy bastard. Just look at this thing. It's as if they've asked an AI generator to fuse Starscream and the Slender Man. Slender Scream, if you will. This fella looks terrifying. Look at these spindly proportions with his long, thin arms and legs leading to his bulbous body and tiny head. Speaking of heads, I'm not sure how I feel about Starscream's head sculpt. His face is all scrunched up like he's actually sharted in a new set of pants. It looks like there should be a lot of movement in this ball joint, but as soon as you start messing with it, Starscream's head just pops off in your hands, like your willy does in those weird dreams you have, Kevin. Starscream's wings do deserve special mention. These huge flappers just complete Starscream's horrific silhouette, like the creeper from Jeepers Creepers. Unusually for your Starscream toys, these wings actually transform a bit between robot and alt modes. It's a wee bit unnecessary, but appreciated regardless. Starscream comes with his classic null rays, but they don't plug into his arms like they should. Instead, they just lazily attach to his wings. Would it really have killed Hasbro to put a couple of 5mm holes in Starscream's arms to make 40-year-old man-children like myself happy? A bit shite, really. Speaking of shite, I hate this gun arm accessory. Is it meant to plug in on top of Starscream's arm or underneath? Who knows? Either way, it's pish, and just loves to fall off with a mere queef's worth of force. Transformation on this Starscream is unlike any other Starscream I've seen. Most of the heavy lifting comes from the hidden folding up panels contained within his legs. Weird. Anyway, when you're done, you're left with this quite unusual cybertronian jet. I actually really like this. It looks like inspiration has been taken from the mental G1 Tetrajet design, but the designers have really made it their own. The jet feels hefty, like a nice motherly bosom. The nose cone is sharp enough to take out a child's eye and has some extra mechanical detail, just because I suppose. The orange of the cockpit is lovely and really stands out from the greys, blues and reds. Starscream's gun accessory is actually of use in this mode, as it plugs into the base of the jet and really ties the alt mode together. The null rays also have separate ports for this mode, which are right next to the robot mode ones. Again, it's a bit unnecessary. I would so much rather they included those ports on his bloody arms. This might be a hot take, but the main problem with this Starscream is that he just doesn't feel like Starscream. Don't get me wrong, this design is a million times better than that Dorito-shaped ape that appeared in the Michael Bay movies, but still, this isn't my beautiful cowardly prince. Starscream shouldn't look like a creepy cryptid. He should be handsome and narcissistic, resplendent and camp, vain and cowardly. I appreciate this is a new interpretation of Starscream, but this design misses what made me love the character in the first place. Plus, he didn't have any lines in the Bumblebee movie, so for all we know, he could have a voice like the Undertaker in Suburban Commando.
You're a dead man, Ramsey.
Although I've really enjoyed all the toys in the Bumblebee line, I don't think every character needs to have action hero proportions or be some kind of creepy mechanical murder machine. I think we should celebrate all Transformer body types. It's okay for Ratchet to have a dad bod. I want to see a movieverse Cosmos as a little rotund scientist that turns into an adorable little UFO. I want to see the actual bloody Dinobots. Gloriously stupid, big old dafties, but with hearts of gold. Not gigantic, mute technological terrors. Most of all, I want to see my pompous prince, Starscream, on the big screen, camping it up and just being allowed to be fabulous. The movie franchise is in desperate need of actual characters. Characters with interesting backstories, with hopes and dreams. Characters that fight for what they believe in, no matter the odds, going up against the maniacal miscreants who'll do anything in their power to stop them. Characters who aren't just cool CG renders. How many lines did the Maximals, other than Primal and Airraiser, have in Rise of the Beasts? There's a plethora of such rich characters over the 40-year history of this wonderful franchise. The movies shouldn't be afraid to use them and give them the spotlight. So, do either of these two live up to the Siege mold? Gamer Starscream is close. Surprisingly so, in fact. Despite having the uphill battle of coming from the cursed Gamer Edition line, this Starscream turned out just great. So much so, I'd say it's up to you to decide who would work better with your own collection. I'd heartily recommend either, or better yet, both. Studio Series 72, however, isn't quite my cup of tea. He's a great figure, packed with articulation and a great transformation. He doesn't quite tickle my taint though. I see this design as transitory between the visual diarrhea of the Bayverse and a perfect idealised live-action Starscream. I don't think this design will hold the test of time, and we'll probably look back on it as an oddity in a decade or so. Am I saying you're wrong for liking this design? God, no. You do you, boo. All I'm saying is that in my obviously superior opinion, he's a bit shite. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Catch you later.
Like, subscribe, and tell your dad. Like, subscribe, and tell your dad. Like, subscribe, and tell your dad.
Obama!